I'm Carly Taich, and I'm a freshman here.
Hi, I'm Cameron Carswell, and I'm a freshman here too.
I'm John Harwood, and I'm actually a senior.
Well, currently I'm a music industries major.
I'm a clinical psychology major, and I was going to do a minor in music therapy, but I don't think that's possible, so I might do criminal justice.
I've had my fair share of major changes, but right now I'm a double major in business management and pre-med.
Well, we all went to the same high school, Providence and Charlotte, North Carolina, and Cameron and I knew each other through musicals and nerdy things like that, and then we knew John's younger brother, Spencer, and we actually just met him like a couple weeks ago, so...
Yeah, Spencer's the bass player. I'm just drumming for them. It's kind of a fill-in thing because I can drum a little bit.
The patterns is up for interpretation. We talked about this a lot, and it's sort of a combination of genres and combination of people that make up the patterns.
We don't casually pattern on a day-to-day basis.
Oh, like our clothes? No, I do not like patterns. Clearly.
Well, that's a difficult question because we really just started playing together and sort of mixing all of our own styles. But we started off with my original music, Carly here, which I would classify as folky, jazz, indie pop. And then Cameron and John and Spencer and Caroline Bird came in and added their own little stuff to it.
I would say Spencer and I have a pretty strong background in more alternative prog styles of music, so it kind of adds a little aspect of technicality to it. Well, it's definitely, it's kind of tricky, and it sounds like it would be very counterintuitive to put prog style stuff in there, but I would say the main influences that we brought from that were kind of in the vein of songs, like, I guess unusual song structure, things that aren't exactly a verse chorus structure, and more build-ups and like dynamic level kind of things that you wouldn't hear in a lot of folk and jazz.
It's funny because when we first started like playing all together at the same time, it was very hard to kind of match. Like Carly and I have very lilty harmonies and ethereal melodies. We talked about this a lot, and it was interesting to pair it with the hard bass and the hard rock and everything of the drums and and when we started practicing more together, and I think getting to know each other kind of helped. We sort of blended instead of choosing one or the other, and so it sounds really cool. It actually sounds a lot cooler than I thought it would. So choose your poison, and I choose mine. It was dynamic. It's like dynamic now. I don't know. That's the one thing. It was like folk before, but I think adding in all the other genres now, it's like band. It feels so weird to say
a band.
Well, it is a band, but it
battling.
sounds like a band. And we're battling next Wednesday at Legend. Oh yeah.
We only have one more rehearsal.
Dun dun dun.
Well, I was sitting in choir and I got a text message from my friend Ryan who said that it was the last day to enter. I didn't even know there was a Battle of the Bands, so I just, right after that class, on a whim, got my little 2-year-old demo, brought it to the apps office, and a couple weeks later, we got in and we made this band. That no one knows, no destination for a driving. Plans are boring, yes.
within the last 10 days or so.
Yes.
We're proving we're a real band. Yep, that's all I got to say about that.
Pretty honored. I don't know. I didn't know what the odds of getting in were, or how many would, or how many entered, and
I think there were probably a lot more demos than that, weren't there? Than 15? Because I remember like when I submitted a demo, the box was mostly full. Well, because I actually know of the 4 bands that are playing, 3 of them are from Charlotte, and 2 of them went to the same high school for the most part. So actually I'm familiar with 3 of the bands that are playing.
Yeah, a lot of them are from Charlotte.
Good music comes out of Charlotte.
Yeah.
The lights on Providence, they shine. I'm gonna make
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a very competitive music scene.
In all of North Carolina.
I'm
I'd
not
say
very involved with the music scene. I just sing because I love it. I feel like a loser now.
We got a really trendy little epicenter of music called Noda in downtown Charlotte, and that's kind of where a lot of it comes from.
We also have an epicenter, which should not be confused with the
With
Noda.
They're two different things.
Make them mine.
I would say definitely for me because my big brother was in the Lights Fluorescent, a pretty popular band in Charlotte. He was my main inspiration for getting into music in the first place. I guess growing up in Charlotte is probably 90% of the reason that I am a musician.
Not at all for me. I mean, my mom is a singer, used to be a singer at weddings and stuff, so I've always been raised to think highly of music. And my father's tone deaf, so that's confusing. But
So is mine.
is he really?
I'm not going to send him this link.
Oh yeah, my dad. But I don't know. I grew up in kind of outskirts of Charlotte. Like I was born in a log cabin, not literally, but I was raised in a log cabin, out in the. My mom's gonna be like, "This is so inaccurate," but I don't know. My parents just were very. I grew up on the Beatles and Dan Fogelberg, not intense. I don't know what's a cool band. I didn't listen to Hanson or anything. Wasn't that cool back then? I don't know. Isn't that cool?
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
listened to, my dad was a really big inspiration in my music listening, and my two older sisters also. But I grew up on Sam Cooke and the Andrews Sisters, and really oldies stuff. My mom could have been an opera singer. I don't know. I
We
just
have so much in common.
came from YouTube a lot.
She's a friend to me. Her two hearts and late night shows. Conspiracy.
I do. I have a MySpace. MySpace.com/Carly Taich. Taich.
Knows no destination for our driving. Plans are boring, you know.
We're gonna have fun.
I think the pattern thing you brought up earlier, tomorrow is probably going to be the only time where that actually comes into effect. We're all going to have to search our wardrobes for things that aren't neutral colors, but there's going to be that.
We're gonna, it's gonna be colorful and it's gonna be fun and crazy.
And we've definitely been working on the energy of all the songs from the transition from a CD to a live performance.
Yeah, the songs are very mellow in their core, raw. They're very folky and quiet, but we tried really hard to change that.
Let's stumble toward the black horizon, see the lights, the light.
Well, to starting off musicians, I would say just start by performing as often as possible and contacting as many people as possible. Make friends, meet musicians if you're good, and and if you have it, then everything will just fall into place and things like this will happen. I really just appreciate being here, so thanks for all these opportunities.
I'd say my biggest gem of advice for people who are just starting to get into music or playing it, I guess, is the music is the foundation for everything. I think a lot of bands get too far into marketing and networking and things like that before they have a solid musical base or before they're even comfortable forming cohesion together as a group. So I think that definitely needs to come first and far before all of the marketing endeavors that too many people get into.
And just stay involved with it. If you love music, if you love being a part of it, whether it be singing, whether it be playing the tambourine, which I'm doing for the first time in this band, it's like staying involved and incorporating in your life if it means something to it. If you can be passionate about it, then it should stay in your life. No matter, I've never even considered being a music major, but I've never considered music not being a part of my life and singing not being incorporated into it. So just whatever you can do. If it's singing outside, if it's singing at Battle of the Bands, playing your instrument, getting involved with it. Boone has too many opportunities for any excuses, be it a local coffee shop or be it on Sanford Mall. There's just too many opportunities to miss out on taking part in it.
And also, don't get discouraged if one person doesn't like your sound.
Because there will be more than one
Then that don't like your sound?
that don't like, but there will be more that do also.
Yeah, there will never be
Not
a person
everyone will
that
always like
everyone likes, so
Yeah.
or a sound.
Except for Dave Matthews Band.
I don't know.
But I don't like it. No. I don't like Dave Matthews Band. It's like its own genre, though.
It's its own cult.
It's like Celtic drums.
On Providence. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Keep listening. it's so cool to be a part of something that is very, I mean, for me personally, this is very unconventional for me. Like the last time I like sang somewhere, it was like a choral thing or like a wedding thing. It was very very formal, very almost ritualistic, and so this is like so refreshing, and I just talking to people and inviting people to come. It's been so awesome that Carly and the Patterns has been like a way to sort of bring people into the music scene and into the battle of the band scene that wouldn't have normally come, just because it's usually like harder rock. It's usually more not industrial but more progressive kind of sounds, and I think Carly's band, not to skew like I'm very biased in how good we are, but it's very relatable, and the variety appeals to a lot of people because I don't know.
Amen.
I wanted to say that I have a recording studio in Sugar Grove, so I'm pretty familiar with the local music scene here, and it's great. I want everybody to go out there and support your friends and the bands that you know that are playing around here, and keep trying to foster originality, because all music needs that these days, and Boone seems to have it. Like I said, being from Charlotte, I've played with one of them before. I know the members of another one, and I have a bunch of friends who've played shows with the fourth band, so it's not exactly an entirely new experience, but they're all great, and I can't wait to share a stage with them.
All right, this song is called Lights on Providence, and it is an ode to summer nights and the lights down Providence Road in Charlotte.
The lights on Providence, they shine. I'm gonna make 'em mine, make them mine. We watch them twisting like a vine, impatient lines, these summer nights. Here comes Maybelline, she's a friend to me. Heart to hearts on late night shows, conspiracies that no one knows. No destination for our driving plans are boring, you know this. Let's stumble toward that black horizon, see the lights on Providence. Da 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 da. The things we notice nights like these: a cool breeze, silence dancing in the streets. With every step I'll take my time, so choose your poison and I'll choose mine. Oh, here comes Maybelline, she's a friend to me. Heart to hearts on late night shows, conspiracies that no one knows. No destination for our driving plans are boring, you know this. Let's stumble toward that black horizon, see the lights on Providence. The lights on Providence, they shine. I'm gonna make 'em mine, make them mine. Here comes Maybelline, she's a friend to me. Heart to hearts on late night shows, conspiracies that no one knows. No destination for our driving plans are boring, you know this. Let's stumble toward that black horizon, see the lights on Providence. Da 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 da.
Hey, we're Carly and the Patterns.
From Charlotte, North Carolina.
And you're listening to
90.5
90.5 WASU.